Okay, let's talk about trading during the summer months. I'm gonna give you some advice on some things to actually do, just based on experience over the last 14 years and noticing activity during these months. Okay, so as you should already know, during the summer months, basically, coming out of the latter part of May, June, July, and August, the volume tends to dry up some. Okay, I'm not saying that you can't find good setups, but things really slow down to a pace to where you have to be more logical. You have to spend a lot more time sitting back and resting, sitting on your hands, versus just constantly wanting to engage and look into a trade. So, if we're trading the NASDAQ futures and maybe we see 5, 6, 7, 8 setups a day, right? Just hypothetically speaking, maybe it's reduced down to maybe 2 or 3 setups a day. And some days you may not find a solid setup at all because the market could go into a means to where it's consolidating or just ranging, and you have to wait for that breakout. Okay, so this video is going to cover some tips on what you can do to keep you safe during the summer months when it comes to trading the future markets. All right, number one thing that I want to say, please stay out of the range. Okay, you do not want to be trading when the market is choppy and it's just moving up, down, and it's breaking no key area of structure at all. Structure is the whole binding glue to trading. All right, you have to understand which way you need to be trading. So, if the market's making highs, higher lows, and higher highs, then we should be looking for pullbacks to key areas of demand, following the trend to the upside so that we can, take profit, get into a nice solid trade. And I talk about and spend time here in this channel about high probability versus low probability setups, about the strategy that I trade. I've been doing so for many, many years, and the same strategy that most or a lot of traders that have found this channel are actually trading. Okay, so if you want to become part of our Discord community, I want to say this now. It is free. The link is down in the description portion of the video. Come over and join us. Some of your same fellow traders that are engaged in trading the NASDAQ. Some people trade the E-mini S&P 500 or even the micros. All right, some of us trade gold, just depending, but it's all tied to trading supply and demand. And most people trade similar to the style and how I trade, using multi-chart confluence, top-down analysis, getting structure right, marking up a higher time frame zone first, and then scaling down to find a more precise entry point on the inside of the higher base zone, okay, on a lower base chart. Okay, simple strategy. I talk about it so much here and lots of videos here on the channel. So definitely spend some time watching the video content, and it should help you out. If you want more insight or more detailed information, I'll cover that towards the latter part of this video. So please continue watching as I talk about, these good pieces or tips that I provide about going into the summer months so you can stay profitable. Okay, so number one, stay out of the ranges. Okay, that's going to help clear the smoke. Wait for the airwaves to clear to kind of give you a signal in which way you should be trading. If the market is just chopping like you see right here in my charts, say yesterday, you probably saw this where it made this run to the upside. And then from there, most of the day, we were just kind of doing this right here. All right, up until the close. So the market didn't really provide too many opportunities to actually trade. So some days we may just have to keep our hands, tied down, or go find something else to do. Or if you don't trade if you trade the morning session, can't find a setup, maybe trade during the afternoon session. I don't trade the afternoon session, so if I can't catch my setups pre-market between basically 8:30 and it's really 7:30 to 9, and then really from 9:30 up until about 11 o'clock. If I can't catch it during that time, which is about a 3-hour window, then I'm not trading the afternoon session. Okay, because I like to trade the morning session during and kind of cut off from there. All right, now I'm not saying that sometimes where I may get busy in the morning, I'm not able to get in front of the chart, so I may take a scalp or two during the afternoon session. All right, so stay out of the ranges. Also, like today, you can see we were ranging in this area here. I can actually even show you and scaling down to the lower base chart. This was today's trading session. Look at this range for probably a good 9:30, pretty much where the market opened up, until about 11:30, where the market dropped right here. Yesterday, look, basically from about 10:30, a little bit before 10:30, up in this area here, the market was ranging towards all the way to the close of the market, pretty much. Okay, so if you can't catch a good setup, it's best just to stay out of the market, protect your capital, so that you don't end up taking a major loss or blow your account. You do not want to do that. Number two, let's talk about, this is the most important thing I would say. Be patient, okay? You have to have some discipline, some structure within this market if you want to become profitable. If you are someone that's always about or feeling the need to always have to be into a trade, and you're so trigger finger ready to click on that button to buy or sell, you are going to make the biggest mistakes during the summer months, and you're going to blow your account so many times. All right, even if you trade prop firm accounts, you're going to blow them just as well. It's already tough enough having to follow the strict guidelines or rules that they have set in place so that you can, basically pass their evaluations to make some money, and hopefully you're taking that money to put into a personal brokerage or trading account. It's already hard enough to do that. So please be patient. Wait for good high probability setups. They will come. All right. They may not be just as many during the summer months because the volume's not there. You have to understand that. When the volume is there, the market is moving. When it's not there, the market is not moving. Okay. So that's number two. Be patient. That is probably the single most important rule to trading, is knowing when to trade and not to trade. Okay, just resting back, sitting back, and then you attack once you see a nice setup that actually takes place. All right. So number three, get market structure correct. Okay, please, you got to get the structure correct. You got to get the trend correct. That's going to help you. So getting the structure correct is going to help you be able to read and understand which way you really need to trade, whether it's to the upside or to the downside, because the market can only move three ways: up, down, sideways. That's it. Okay. So as long as the market is making, it's going to be higher highs and higher lows, then you should be engaged in only in looking for high probability setups retracements back to demand areas. Okay. Now the strategy, how I trade, again, I'm looking for to be able to find a nice area of, in this case here today, this was a valid demand zone right here, back to this area. Why? We were bullish here, came back down, broke structure, coming down, we were bearish. Then I always say the market can pivot at any given time, and you must understand that even though we went from bullish to bearish, the market may not run bearish forever. This could just be a nice retracement to start aiming for higher areas, and that's what they did. They reversed back to the upside. Highs, higher lows, broke structure here, and came back and broke it right here to pull back to this key area of demand. So then from there, you can scale down to your lower base chart. This is why I said earlier about marking up the higher base chart first, a demand zone, then scaling down to your lower time frame chart, whatever that may be, to find a high probability lower time frame demand zone resting on the inside of this higher time frame demand zone. Okay, that's called confluence. The more confluence you have, the better off the trade is going to work for you, more in your favor, more than likely. Okay, this is how you can remain profitable, is trading with the trend and not against the trend. I really hope that makes a lot of sense. So again, the third thing, getting structure correct. Understanding and reading which way the market is moving so you can trade with the market and not trading against a moving train. Okay. Now, that's pretty much the tips that I'm going to give you, provide for you, that should help you through the summer months. But the single most important thing is, because there's not as much volume, just being, more patient and being very selective with your setups. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk about, I know a lot of people have been asking about, how can they become the elite or the ultra elite member. Again, it's very inexpensive. You're supporting the channel. You're supporting my efforts as not only as a trader, but as a content creator. But what you receive is so much valuable information that you really don't receive on the public side of the channel. Just, what you receive if you want to become just a basic or general elite supporter here on the channel is $6.99. The link to these tiers are down below in the description portion of the video. So for $6.99, you receive the trade breakdown videos. There's tons of videos there to watch, to where I go into detail about the setups that I post over on our Discord. Yes, the trades I take, I post them over and share on the Discord community, just like so many other fellow traders do as well. We share our trades over on the trading floor. But I'll go in and I'll break my trades down so that you can understand my mindset of what I was thinking, why I took the trade, talking about stop loss placement, profit areas, looking at structure, why the trade was a high probability setup, the full rundown on these trade breakdowns. But you also receive the video playlist and a great video that I cover surrounding market structure just as well. Now, if you want to become an ultra elite supporter, that's where you get 2 additional perks or rewards to include what's already included with the general or basic membership of becoming an elite member. The Ultra Elite supporters, you receive my live recorded trading sessions, also the the market recap videos, plus the trade breakdowns, plus the video playlist and the market structure video that I did for everyone struggling with that concept. So that one is $14.99. Again, if you break it down within like 30 days, whatever the case is, it's pennies on the dollar a day, okay? Think about how much you may spend, each week on that cup of coffee at Starbucks or whatever your coffee beverage place of choice is, or that breakfast sandwich or lunch sandwich, whatever else you may be spending money on that you're spending lots of it on, on a month, on a weekly basis. That could be probably adding up if you did the math, $60, $70 a week, or it could be. But here's something for $6.99 a month or $14.99 a month that could be game changing for you. But you got to spend time, okay? It's not going to be like, oh, let me, becoming an elite member or an ultra elite member and then overnight you're going to find success. No, you've got to put time on these charts. You got to put in the sweat, the tears. You got to be able to do back testing and forward testing, test a strategy, see what's going to work for you, because some things aren't going to work for everyone, because some people are just tied to other things they may have learned. And I'm going to tell you, that was one of the biggest mistakes I made, was not being able to undo. And I learned that I had to start with a clean slate. Okay. So I had to clean out the clutter out of the closet to be able to see and create something for myself that would work for me. All right. So if you're interested in becoming either an elite or an ultra elite supporter here, where you receive all that additional video content, which is private video content that's not shared here on the public side of the channel, scroll down to the description portion of the video. Right below the Discord link, there's a link that's there that says Ultra Elite Supporter. If you click on that, you'll see that there's 3 tiers. Make sure you can choose either the second tier to become an elite member, or the third tier to become an Ultra Elite member. All right, and you'll see the perks and rewards that you receive for each tier if you're interested in joining. Okay. Outside of that, I appreciate everyone who spends time watching the video content. And if you're not a current subscriber, please take the time to go ahead and do so by clicking that button down below. Make sure that you turn your post notifications on so you do not miss any of the uploaded content. And last but not least, if you found some value in today's video and you say, hey, I'm going to, spend a little bit more time being patient. I'm going to, spend a little bit more time understanding and looking at structure before I take a trade. And I'm not going to trade, within the ranges as the market is, if it's choppy. Drop a like on the video, guys. Please do me the biggest favor. I'm just trying to help people out during these months, because I know what happens each month. During these 3 months out of the year, where the market kind of slows down a little bit. But I'm trying to help you also preserve your capital, don't blow your accounts, to give you this advice that can help you through the summer months. Okay, so please make sure to drop a like on the video if you found some value. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.